For years, Jeremy Clarkson, Richard Hammond and James May have entertained us with fast cars, legendary challenges and the occasional accident or two. From Top Gear to the Grand Tour, the trio have cemented themselves as the kings of motoring entertainment. But now, with both the Grand Tour and Top Gear off our screens, well, there's a bit of a petrolhead-shaped hole in our lives. But what if I told you there's one perfect way to bring them back, without the need for a film crew, exotic locations, or a seemingly endless supply of caravans or cheap cars to destroy? I'm Ash Robertson from MANthoughts, and it's time we talk about Clarkson, Hammond and May, the podcast. Think about it. Some of the best moments from their shows weren't just about the cars. Beyond the road tests and the cheap car challenges, we had the iconic news segments on Top Gear, where the trio would discuss motoring news, share their views, and cause a fair amount of chaos and controversy in the process. Following the move to Amazon, we had Conversation Street, which tried to replicate the original recipe, although much harder to do with bulk studio recordings. In essence, it was the three of them sitting around, bickering like your dad's best mates at the pub in one moment, and trying to make each other laugh in the next. And what is a podcast if not that? If anything, the format would transfer perfectly across. Also, podcasts are huge right now. You can listen to them anywhere, on the commute, at the gym, or while pretending to work. And let's be honest, given Clarkson's tendency to turn even the simplest of things into a rant, Hammond's ability to crash anything with wheels, and May's encyclopedic knowledge of useless facts, a podcast would be absolute gold. Now, how would it work? Well, picture this: a weekly podcast where the trio would discuss the latest motoring news, reminisce about their most ridiculous adventures, and of course, go completely off topic and talk about, say, why James May has a surprising amount of knowledge about cheese.
Cheese.
They could bring in special guests. Imagine the likes of Lewis Hamilton joining to discuss his F1 career, or former Top Gear producers and scriptwriters spilling the beans with behind the scenes secrets. Or maybe they could even involve Andy Woolman, their longtime partner and the man behind the successful partnership. The insight he could bring and the pure banter that would follow would be absolutely brilliant. Part of the show could be a listener Q&A, letting fans ask their burning questions or send in the most ridiculous car-related questions possible. Would a Fiat Panda survive a launch off a ski jump? It's the kind of hard-hitting motoring journalism that we've been missing. Amazon, if you're listening, this is a no-brainer. You already work closely with the trio, podcasts are one of the biggest growing forms of media, and best of all, they don't require flying three middle-aged men halfway across the world every few months just to roll a used Italian supercar into a ditch. Amazon already has Audible, they already do exclusive content, and their Clarkson, Hammond and May podcast would fit right in and give the platform a huge boost given their global following. No big budget explosions are required either, just three guys, three microphones and endless banter. If Amazon isn't interested, the trio is more than capable of launching this venture on their own. Now, of course, there's one little obstacle in our dream podcast scenario. These three are busy. Despite wrapping up the Grand Tour and ending their 20 plus year on-screen partnership, they haven't exactly stopped working. Clarkson is off farming now, and Clarkson's Farm is a huge hit on Amazon Prime. So we all know he's busy taming the countryside, fighting the local council and yelling at sheep. Meanwhile, James May is jet-setting around the world, alongside running a pub in Wiltshire and making some unusual gin in his spare time. And let's not forget Hammond, who's off in his own world, restoring classic cars at the smallest cog and hosting his own podcast with his daughter Izzy. So yeah, they've got solo projects that keep them pretty occupied. But honestly, that's exactly why a podcast could work. It could be the perfect side project to bring the guys back together, no big production needed, just a few mics and an internet connection. Besides, we all know how much this trio like to rib each other for their solo endeavours. Why not record it for all of us to hear? So what do you think? Would a Clarkson, Hammond and May podcast fill the void left by the Grand Tour? Would you listen to their ramblings about cars, cows, whatever May is currently obsessed with? Let us know in the comments below. And of course, if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. We're so close to 5,000 subscribers and we'd really appreciate your help getting there. Don't forget to hit that bell icon to be alerted to more videos just like this one. Maybe, just maybe, if we get enough attention on this, Amazon and the trio might just listen. Now if you'll excuse me, I'm Ash Robertson from MANthoughts, and I'm off to find out if you can really buy an old Lancia for under £500. Wish me luck!